We are live. Welcome to the show, everybody. We are live, and it is full force fantasy football draft season. Stay for this show. We're going to go through some league winners and answer your fantasy football questions. I have not done a live for a few months. I want to get back into it. I've been rolling content out every single morning for everybody's morning drive. Been doing a lot of shorts. You probably see me everywhere on Instagram, other platforms, stuff like that. So I'm out here rolling the content. Guys, it is full flow fantasy football season. I want everybody to smash it, drop some comments below. Let's get to some questions. Again, it's been a while since I've gone live, but here I am. We're doing this live thing, and we'll see what happens. People don't expect me to go live, so I'm just going to do it anyway. Let's go here. So smash thumbs up. I'm going to be answering. We're going to talk league winners, and I've got a couple here I want to go through that I absolutely love. I'm going to give you like 5. I'm going to go 5 here that I absolutely love. And are we streaming everything good? Live looking good? How's it looking, everybody? Let me know. Maybe 5 league winners today right here on the show and answer your questions. Answer some commonly asked questions, I would say. Who's in the comments? Yes, right now. Let's see who's here today. Let's go. Tattoo Destroyer in the house. Well, let's do a shout out, okay? I'm just having some apple juice here. Apple juice on the rocks. Woo, man, do you feel that? That's good. Dude, I'm in such a good mood, man. Fantasy football is back. That's why I'm having apple juice on the rock. Who's having apple juice on the rocks? I mean, what's better than that, right? You guys all know this is apple juice, right? So I'm in a great mood because fantasy's back. And I'm busy, man. This time of year, it's absolutely insane. Like DM is hitting up. 16 round sales are flying off the shelf. If there was a shelf, it's an online course, but it's wild. And if you haven't gotten 16 rounds, you need to get it. Like I just don't recommend you draft without it. Literally, because I'm watching other like so-called experts draft, and dude, like these drafts are bad. Like they got like James Conner, man, as their RB1. It's flat out sad. And like I can't explain how bad knowing this stuff, honestly, like knowing this stuff. Someone's saying something about 16 rounds here. 16 rounds, absolutely love it. Question: if you had to draft just one of the old head RBs, who would it be and why? I'll get to that in a second. Like it's like drafting without 16 rounds is like driving without a steering wheel. That's the only kind of way I can explain it. There's no real way to explain it. That's why I created it. It's like omitting all the bad players. And last year, like everybody thought, hit the thumbs up, guys. Really just get the algorithm. It really just helps everyone here. Please hit the thumbs up just before I continue here. I'm just asking everybody, just take a second, just hit that thumbs up. It helps the channel. Independent, guys. No network behind me, so I'm kind of doing this on my own here. You really have to draft with it because it just gives you a major advantage. And drop your questions below. Okay. Last year, CMC first overall. Everyone was telling you that. Like it was kind of like a given. Like you just have to go CMC first overall. How'd that work out for you? Right? Like how did it work out to go CMC first overall? How did it work out for everybody to go Deebo Samuel round 2 and then Ayuk right after that? Like literally like back to back. And I was warning people like I'm avoiding both of these guys. Or how about Cooper? Cooper Kupp was coming off like round 2 to 3. Like that was insane last year. Rachaad White was coming off early. Dude, it was absolutely insane, like crazy. I'm going to answer this question here. If there's one old, because I'm all about the young running backs. We're talking league winners. I'm going to give you guys one right now. Travion Henderson. Like I'm all about the young guys, but he's so special, man. Like a man of faith. And man, like he's got his head screwed on, right? Like probably a really good upbringing. That's what I like. Like players that have like good parents that bring them up with morals and values, okay, is very, very important when you are on the field. We see a lot of other players similarly, Tim Tebow, Justin Fields, a lot of guys that have like really good mental capability. Another one, Cam Ward, a guy like brains, Cam Ward, brains. I like that. I like players that have like a high IQ, not just like go out there and like diva it up, but actual high IQ. I really admire that. And Cam Ward is one of those young guys I like. To answer this question, though, if you're to draft just one old head RB, who would it be and why? Very simple, man. It's Derrick Henry. It's just like it's Derrick Henry. Like, there's really nothing else I could say other than it's Derrick Henry. And at the fact of the matter is, I like him. I think he's great talent. It's the fact is, I'm just worried. I'm really worried about the fall off here. That's what I'm worried about. Apple juice on the rocks. Really good stuff. Good evening, Maddie. What's going on? What is going on, Maddie? Oh, yeah. So let's talk about Ashton Jeanty. Let's debunk this whole thing. By the way, I was reading because I got like Twitter. I don't know if you call it Twitter anymore. It's like X. I got X feeds. I got like 1,000 feeds going on my phone. Like if you look at my phone right now, probably, I don't know if it's, I keep kind of getting an idea here. You kind of see here, like, look at, like, I kind of cleared out right before I started this, but I'm getting news as we go right now. So the point I'm trying to make is like, I get a lot of stuff on my news, and I saw something with Jeanty today where he like did really well in training camp and he busted off for a run, something like that. So listen, I'm in on Jeanty. I have to be. I drafted him I'm in 7 major leagues. One's a dynasty league and the other ones are like big money leagues for a chance at a lot of money. And Jeanty, I think, is in like 4 out of the 6. I'm in on him. Like this, the volume is there. You cannot deny the talent. Raheem Mostert is not going to be like, I'm not worried about Raheem Mostert. Like, I don't go to bed at night thinking Raheem Mostert is going to steal volume from a first round pick, ultra elite, generational talent that is Ashton Jeanty. Okay. Just off one play where it was like -1 yard on, like, I don't care. Like, it was a preseason game. I'm kind of over it. If anything, that's a good thing that happened. So it doesn't happen in regular season when I actually have him started. I don't even care. Like, I'm in on Jeanty. I don't care what happens. Like, I love the kid. Like, another guy, work ethic. Okay. Let's keep going here. Should we fade Trey Harris? Yeah. These are good questions here. And we're going to continue on with the league winner. So I'm peppering in like a league winner here as we go. So stay to the end here and hit the thumbs up. So again, TreVeyon Henderson's the first league winner for people just joining us. Love him, love the talent, love the work ethic. And we're talking about Trey Harris here as we go through these Q&A. I like that Green Bay logo, by the way. It's really nice. I like the 3D art. That's really good. Like, if you're a Packers fan, that's a nice logo. I like how it's like sitting on the field. You got a little bit of touch of the field. I got an artistic eye here. To answer this question instead of beating around the bush, I got a lot of Trey Harris stock. Does it really bother me that Keenan Allen is there? Yes. Yeah, I'm pissed off. I'm not going to lie. I'm pissed off. That should not have happened. Honestly, like, Keenan Allen shouldn't be on any team. Like, nobody else wanted him. And then sure enough, he ends up on the team where I drafted a lot of Trey Harris stock. But that could mean a lot of things. It could mean they want that veteran presence. It could mean that Ladd McConkey's injury is worse than expected. Here's the deal, right? I would be more pissed if I listened to the Chiefs and drafted Ladd McConkey round 2 and they brought in Keenan Allen than if I were to just get Trey Harris where I'm getting him round 8 to 9, probably dropped a little bit, get Trey Harris, right? And like, it doesn't really break my team. Like, if Trey Harris busts. But if Ladd McConkey busts, that's a hard sting. If you're drafting Ladd McConkey round 2 and then you find out they bring in Keenan Allen, that hurts. So I'm not having any. I think Trey Harris is the best receiver on that team. I don't think Ladd is. Ladd did well last year out of default. There was nobody else there. This is why I implore you, and I'm going to scream it and shout it from the rooftops, just like I shouted last year, but don't draft CMC, don't draft Debo, don't draft Ayuk, round 2 to 3. It's a waste. I'm telling you, don't draft Ladd McConkey. Ladd McConkey still have a couple good games. I'm not saying Ladd McConkey is a complete. Okay, I am. I'm saying he's a bust, but I think he's going to have a couple big games. It's almost obvious, like having that rapport with Herbert, right? But to have him finish as a top 10, top 12 receiver, don't see it. Not with Keenan Allen there, not with Trey Harris there, not with Omarion Hampton running the way he is. They didn't have a running back last year. They didn't have any wide receivers. Of course, Ladd McConkey's going to have a good season. Of course, that's why I told you to draft him. Those are my thoughts on that. Let's keep going on with the questions. We got a lot to get to here. Guys, make sure you guys hit the thumbs up. Okay, good question here. I got the second pick. Bajan is gone. Do I go Jeanty or Gibbs? Great question here. Now, if you're in multiple leagues, it would be nice to mix it up. One league, go Jeanty. The other league, go Gibbs. Now, my gut based on those situations, again, with fantasy, there's never like a static moment where everything sits the same way that it is. Things change. Like Josh Downs went down with an injury. Like I don't have any Josh Downs stock at all, but it just helps and inflates my Tyler Warren stock because I got Tyler Warren everywhere. Okay. I got Tyler Warren coming out of my ears. Like you can't see it, but so when I look at this scenario, Gibbs or Genty, and it's so funny because if we could be like 7 weeks into the season, you'd be like, oh, it's so obvious, right? Like, let's say, God forbid, like, Gibbs goes down with an injury. Like, you should have went Genty. Like, hindsight, right? But the way that it sits right now, if I were to choose right now, Gibbs seems like the more attractive option, simply because you're hearing stuff out of training camp where they're saying stuff like, Gibbs is like coming out with first team, whereas last year he didn't as much and stuff like that. It's like, okay, that's attractive. Like Les Montgomery, sign me up. Right. And I think, and I'm hoping that last year there was enough of a bite size, sample size, whatever you want to call it, without Montgomery for them to realize that Gibbs is the man. Gibbs is the alpha. If they want to win, they run Gibbs. That being said, Genty could absolutely tear it up, get more volume, just become this explosive, outstanding running back with less competition because you don't have Montgomery to contend with, okay? Now, I understand that Pete Carroll came out and said, hey, we're going to be running I don't even know his accent. I'm just terrible here, but we're going to be running a committee. They say that. I'll tell you why they say that, okay? First of all, talent rises to the top. If I'm a coach and I see like Omarion Hampton crushing it, I'm not going to put Kamani Vidal in if Hampton's crushing it, unless Hampton wants like a change of pace or a break or something like that. That being said, going back to this, situational wise, committee wise, Genty is in a better situation. When you look at Gibbs, you could say it's a little safer because you kind of know what you get, right? It's tough, but that's a great question. And as of today, I would lean Gibbs. 2 weeks ago, I would have went Genty. Things have changed. That being said, I've got no Gibbs stock because of where I'm drafting. Every draft I've been in, one is a dynasty league, so that doesn't count. We went rookies and all that. But the other 6 high stakes leagues draft, I didn't get a spot higher than 7 every time. And I'm paying big dollars. I think the buy-in for some of these, 3 of them was $2K. And then you get a discount for every other team you buy. It's like $1,600, right? But every time I put down, right? Every time I put down, I'm getting this like a late draft pick, which is like crazy. It's wild, man. I just hate it, but it is what it is. Let's get some other questions here. Who's the best running back going in round 2? Another great question. Guys, I'm going to have a sip of my apple juice on the rocks while I, marinate on this question. I know the answer. And, it's like a torn question. It depends on, everything is dependent on what you do the round before and how your roster is looking. So if you're going robust RB and you go Genty, it might be safer to possibly go Kyron. I like Kyron round 2. That being said, I really like the guy. Like I'm just going 100% on Hampton round 2. I don't care. Like win, lose, or draw. I am 100% going Omarion Hampton here in round 2. I'll tell you why. I know they lost their left tackle. I'm not really concerned too much. The old line's going to do fine. They got offensive weapons and receivers that can catch the ball. Hampton is just just go watch his tape. Usually running backs like run through the middle at the goal line. Hampton like hurdles over the middle. Guy's a monster. He's a beast. He's a physical specimen. I think he's more physically talented than Genty. Oh, that's a bold statement. Dude, I really, 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 really like Hampton. Am I hindered by what Greg Roman said? Are there going to be a committee, the days of the dinosaur, are the single workhorse running back? Do I care what Greg Roman says? Listen, if Greg Roman wants to box, dude, I'll lace up. Lace up the gloves, no problem. I have no problem rolling with an old man. Okay, you know, and going in the cage, whatever. If you want MMA it, let's go, Greg Roman. Let's fight. I don't care, right? So, to answer this question, I like Hampton. I'm in on Hampton. That's it. Okay, guys, there is super chat if you want to guarantee your question answer. I don't know how this works. I got to get more on these lives, and I'm more of an Instagrammer kind of guy, but I'm doing these lives. Here I am. Actually, we should get Instagram on live. You guys, who wins in a boxing match? YouTuber followers or Instagram followers? I'd really like to know. Let's go live here on Instagram as well. All right, we're going to go live on Insta as well. So we're going to be there you go. Instagram is going to be live with the YouTubers. And we're sipping on, who actually believes I'm sipping on apple juice and ice cubes? Who believes that? What's going on? Instagram in the house. We are doing a live Q&A on YouTube right now. And I love my YouTubers, but I love my Instagrammers as well. Oh, there you go. Tattoo Destroyer is also on Instagram. He's got multi-feeds going to the account. So that's dedication. All right, drop your questions. We're going to answer them. So we're just asked the question, who do I like in round 2? I'm torn between, because I'm going robust RB. I am torn between Kyron Williams and Omarion Hampton. Okay, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm on. So keep dropping your questions. You guys got to go to YouTube, drop your questions. What's up, City Boy Matt is in the house. Groove Boy says, thanks God I switched to Instagram. Dude, just watch on YouTube, man. YouTube is cool. I love YouTube. All right. You think Caleb finishes as top 5? That's a good question. I would say top 10 possibly if they give him the volume. Eric Hartman, is that your cat? What's your cat doing? Is that a cat? I need some reading glasses. Oh, by the way, I have to go. I went to the eye doctor. I need reading glasses. That's what happens when you get older, everybody. Welcome to reality. Things kind of blur up. So right now, I can kind of see what you guys are saying. You guys can say whatever you want. I'll be like, what did he say? I got to squint. Yeah. So anyways, you think Caleb finishes as a top 5? There's just so many other good running backs. What's up, John Floresco? What's up? Eric Hartman says, yeah, it's a cat. The cat man. Yeah, guys, if you guys are on Instagram, why aren't you on YouTube? I could just do this in one feed. Just go to my YouTube channel. The link's in the bio, dudes. All right. Let's go here. Oh, someone says HHG Trucker. HHG Trucker, you know what's up. Dude, this guy knows his beverages. He knows his beverages, okay? That is awesome, brother. That is awesome. Brian French says that's the liquor. It's apple juice, brother. But I think the other guy had a good eye. Good eye. Oh, man. Let's go here. I love Warren. Okay, so we're talking league winners. I was peppering them in. I forgot. So that's why you guys got to stick, because I'm peppering them in. Yes, keep reminding me if I forget the league winner, because I'm staying till 9:30. We got to get 5 league winners in by the end of this show by 9:30, okay? By the way, Brian French here on Instagram or on YouTube is by far one of the most loyal listeners out of everybody. When I do a video, I drop it, Brian French is first to comment. So I got to give away something to Brian. Brian, I got to give you a sports card or something. Let's talk. DM me on Instagram just for being the most loyal guy, to my commenting. If you guys comment, just for being the most loyal listener, DM me. I got some signed sports cards. I got to figure out something. I'm going to send something over to you, Brian, just for being there. So Brian French, you're the man. So is Tattoo Destroyer. But Brian, as soon as I post a video, I get a thumbs up in the comments. Every YouTube video. This guy is the most dedicated person I love this guy. Great guy. Brian French. I don't know whether he actually speaks French or whether that's his last name, but either way, merci beaucoup, Brian French. Okay, there you go. So Instagram, I'm going to get back to YouTube because this is kind of chase 2 rabbits. Have you ever heard the saying, chase 2 rabbits, catch none? I got to focus on the YouTube. So I appreciate you guys. Instagram, head over to YouTube right now. We're going to continue there, okay? YouTube right now. Okay, I'm done with those guys. They're really nice, but we're going to finish off with Insta. Okay, so let's get to your Q&A here. So yeah, Tyler Warren's another league winner. I was talking to, I think, Tattoo Destroyer on Instagram. He DM'd me. He's one of the other guys I talked to, one of my listeners on Instagram. and he was saying Downs was down. Downs is down. Downs is down. I like the sound of that. No, I mean, Joe, you're such a mean person. You're wishing injury. No, I just like the sound of Downs is down. Not the literal aspect of like he's down, but like the word. Does this make sense? Like Downs is down. Like you guys get it, right? All right, there you go. So that Tyler Warren, just draft him. Just draft Tyler Warren. Like he's better value than Brock Bowers round 2. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Draft, go ahead right now. I don't care what you're doing. Hey, Chris L knows what's up. Better than the Three Stooges. You guys know who the Three Stooges are. Yeah, so go draft Tyler Warren. So that's league winner number 2. League winner number 3. Gonna get to that, but let's get to a question here. Let's go. We got Wind Train. We got so many questions here. Which one do we do? Drop your question right now. Saquon or Gibbs? This one's easy for me. This one's an easy breezy lemon squeezy. Make sure you guys grab 16 rounds. The Fantasy Football. If you're not, go stop this video, grab 16 rounds right now. I'm telling you, join the Patreon Frontlines group. I do direct coaching. Go do all that. Get set up. I want you guys to all win your leagues. Saquon or Gibbs? I'm going to go Gibbs. Typically I would say Saquon. Last year I would have said Saquon, but this year I just, it's tough. Both these guys you could say are going to regress because they had such astronomical pinnacle years. That being said, I only think Saquon is more in line for a decline. Let's go over the reasons. Number 1, Super Bowl hangover. Okay? More apple juice. That's good stuff. Okay, that's the best apple juice I ever had. Okay, so why is Saquon going to decline? Number 1, Super Bowl hangover. It's a real thing. You come off this like pinnacle year where you take your body and mind to a level of pinnacle heights. You can only come down from there. So they've already hit the pinnacle. So it's Super Bowl hangover. Number 2, Madden cover. Now, I'm not about the curses, but Madden cover, that goes in line that you had a pinnacle year. It just goes hand in hand. Players that are on the Madden cover are on pinnacle years, and they usually plummet the year after. So we got Super Bowl hangover. We got Madden cover. Number 3, just a pinnacle year in general, like 2,000 yards rushing. Only 9 running backs have rushed that much, right? He's one of them. He's not going to do it again. All right. And finally, I was reading, this is like a month or 2 ago, that they said they want to possibly reduce his workload. That's not good. That's not good. If you want to reduce his workload, what does that mean? Like you're going to just like put in Shipley? Shipley looked good in preseason, by the way. Come on, shout out to Shipley. I think he's taking that job. So those are my thoughts on that. I'd probably rather go Gibbs. I do have to contend with Montgomery. That's another issue. There's nobody perfect in fantasy. There's no like Bijan's kind of, Bijan is kind of like the only guy that's kind of in that ideal scenario. But aside from that, like there's no like perfect storm. Hampton, if Najee's not there, could be really good. You've got Bijan, really good. Saquon, if he actually stays healthy, is really good. But aside from that, like Jamar, but he's going to probably regress again this year. So it's tough. There's no guarantees in fantasy at all. Keep the content questions rolling. We got another question here. Oh, let's go through. We'll answer this one in a second. We'll queue this one up. Oh, it's against Hartman again. I just clicked again. Hartman's dropping a lot of questions. There's so many other people I should answer questions for. So Hartman, I got to take a break on that one. There's other people that want to ask. Let's go here. So Bradley Brown. So before I get to this question here, I want to talk about the next league winner is Emeka Egbuka. Absolutely love the guy. Absolutely love the guy. Why? Again, another guy, man of faith, head down. We talked about Henderson. We talked about Warren. Now we're talking about Emeka. Now you're saying, well, Joe, why are you so obsessed with rookies? Like, because they've got more upside. If you look at some of the guys on ADP, let's do this right now. Let's go here. We're going to put this simulation up here. I'm going to take this. Bradley, we're going to get to that second. We'll just answer the question for you right now. Yeah, I think he's ready. I don't know if the volume is going to be there for Golden. So let's just run through this simulation here real quick. Okay. I'm just going to draft here. Let's go Gibbs. Okay. I'm going to show you some other options where Emeka's coming off. All right. So Emeka, you're going to have to get him in round 6 to 7. If not, you're going to lose him. Let's go Kyron Williams. This is just a simulation, guys, just to kind of show you here some of the crappy options and players to avoid. We're talking league winners. Omarion Hampton won't fall here to 306, but for this demonstration purpose, we're going to do that. We're just going to go, I really like, there's another league winner. I just gave it to you, Bo Nix, but we can wait around. Let's just go Cortland Sutton here. Okay, I want to just show you something real quick. If you want Tyler Warren, you're going to have to get him on the 5-6 turn, not tune. Let's go Calvin Ridley here. And I'm just going to go Emeka here just because, again, people are, okay, take a look at this. This is what I want you guys to focus on. This is very, very important, so grab a pen and paper here. Okay, so if you look at a guy like Emeka, ultra elite talent, right? Where is he? Emeka, where are you, man? I'm having it, there he is. Can you guys see it on the screen there? Emeka Egbuka? Okay, so if you look at the other options over Emeka, I mean, Pearsall's got some upside. Addison's a 2, but look at all these injuries. Khalil Shakir sucks. God, like the fact that this is what I'm talking about, okay? Why rankings don't work, why you got to get 16 rounds. Like this is the ultimate selling feature for 16 rounds. These are realistic rankings. They literally have Chris Godwin ahead of Emeka Egbuka. Now, this is what I mean. And people will draft, not necessarily Chris Godwin because he's hurt, but they will draft other guys like Jacoby Myers ahead of Emeka Egbuka. They will draft Stephon Diggs or like other guys, like wide receiver 2s, like Waddle over, like, dude, I'm telling you right now, Emeka's got so much upside, especially when Godwin's out. And even when Godwin comes back, it's like, okay, like, are you even going to be playing Godwin? And when you come back, are you going to stay healthy? You know what I'm saying? Ernesto says Pearsall's got some upside. That whole team's banged up. Okay. So like, let's take a look at Emeka. Again, this is just a simulation. I'm just trying to show you something here, okay? The other options are suspect to say the least. I don't like Jameson Williams. I just don't. He's going to have like a couple of big games. But overall, I don't like him, okay? RJ Harvey won't fall to 6. He just won't. David Montgomery's an RB2. Joe Mixon, I don't trust. He's kind of over the hill. Rashee Rice, they just said that he's going to be, I guess, meeting with them in like 4 weeks. So he could be facing a suspension mid-season. Chuba sucks. Connor's over the hill. DJ Moore, they're saying Rome Odunze is tearing up camp. Guys, did you not learn your lesson last year when DJ Moore and Keenan Allen and Rome were coming off like round 3, 4, and 5 after each other? Or, right in here was like Deebo Samuel and Ayuk. Guys, I pulled up a picture. If you guys haven't subscribed, turn on the bell. I pulled up a picture, okay, of last year's draft, the first 3 rounds. There was like 15 busts in the first 3 rounds. You got to be able to identify the bust. That's what 16 rounds does that other places don't do. I'm able to identify the bust and help you aim high in the depth chart. And going back to that thought, like, yes, I like rookies, but the right rookies. Last year, if I told you last year, if you were sitting on this live, let's go, let's go back 1 year. And I were to tell you right now, Christian Kirk after Brian Thomas Jr. And what would you say? You say, you're nuts, Joe, you're nuts. Christian Kirk is ranked ahead of Brian Thomas. You're nuts. Put that guy in a straitjacket. And if I were to tell you don't draft CMC, while everybody else was telling you, everybody and their mother was telling you, the magazines, you're at the newsstand, you see CMC on the cover of the magazine, CMC, on all the websites, on everything you pick up, every mock draft you do, CMC first overall, or maybe some people went second overall. And I was the one telling you, don't draft CMC. What would you say? And I said that, and everybody thought I was crazy. You're crazy, Joe. Put that guy in a straitjacket. 16 rounds is not good because he's a liar. All right, there you go. Here we are. Here we are now, and I was right. Yeah, I messed up on a few picks, Zamir White being one of them. I think he was a 5th round. Zamir White should have done better. Zamir White, that guy really sucks, dude. I do like Bo Nix. That's my next league winner. So we talked about Emeka Egbuka. Let's reverse. Tyler Warren, Travion Henderson. Bo Nix is my other guy. So if you missed out on the top 5, you missed out on Allen, Lamar, who I think is going to decline. I think Lamar is going to decline. You missed out on Hurts. You miss out on Daniels, Bo Nix. Bo Nix is special. I'm telling you right now, Bo Nix. Somebody's asking Bo Nix or Goff. Bo Nix. Bo Nix. All right. Let's go through a couple more questions here. Emeka Egbuka, you gotta get. Here's the deal. Let me give you a scenario of last night. I was in this. Oh, he's got the old staple thing or whatever that paperclip is thing. That brings us some nostalgic memories back. Okay, so could I get Emeka in the seventh? You could, early seventh, because I was drafting from I think it was the 9th spot or 10th spot yesterday. I was on the 5-6 turn. Hear me out. This is very, very important. So I'll show you. Let me pull up the simulation here. Okay, here's where I was right here. Can you guys, hopefully you guys can see this. Let me get this off here, off my face. All right. So here's where I was yesterday. I was kind of like right here. Okay. Here I went Calvin Ridley at the 5, came back around at the 6:05. Hear me out. I had to make a decision. Tyler Warren, because it's a tight end premium league, the one I was in, it's a 1.5 per reception for the tight end. I had to make an executive decision. Do I go Tyler Warren? Because he was actually higher up on the ADP. This is very important. You got to read the room. He was actually higher up on the ADP, and Emeka was down lower because, as you can see here, right, there's a ton of garbage players ahead of Emeka, right? So Emeka was like down here somewhere, and Warren was like, if you look at tight ends, Warren is like, see, he was less, like he was like right here. You guys get it, right? So I went Warren on the 6, but I was really holding my breath in anxiety because coming back around this way, I was planning on getting him back here at the 7-8, 7-9, I think I was drafting at the 7-9 here. But I was like, I feel I'm going to lose Egbuka. So everyone drafts, all these crappy players come off that I don't care for, Njoku's and all these, like Aaron Jones, like I don't care for. And then we get to the 706, 707, like 2 picks before me, Emeka comes off. So to answer the question, if you really want Emeka and you're a late round pick, you got to get him at the end of 6. He's unlikely to come back around, and you're going to lose Pearsall here on the 6-7 turn as well. Pearsall comes off. Okay? Hopefully that, if you guys didn't learn anything, you learned something right there. Does that make sense? If you want Emeka, you got to get him late 6, early 7. And don't be surprised if that continues to go up. I love him. I love him. Okay. Woody Marks is 100% a sleeper. I got him as my running back 6. I got him as my running back 6. The situation there could be good. Obviously, injuries there to Mixon. Nick Chubb, I still question how his durability is going to hold up. But yeah, Woody Marks is something there as a sleeper. But don't bank on him. He could be a nothing burger, or he could take off. It's one of those things. Let's see here. Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow stack if Burrow's there in the 4th. Steven, maybe in best ball, I just like Burrow. Remember, he had his injuries a couple of years ago. He's just not a quarterback that I like. He's not my guys. My guys are Allen, maybe Hurts if Allen's gone, Bo Nix, Herbert. I really like Cam Ward with the last pick as just a backup. I have my guys. Joe Burrow is not under my guys' umbrella. He's out of the club. Remember the old Meet the Parents show movie? That's a great movie. I think they're doing a 4th version of that. Circle of Trust, round and round we go. Burrow's out of my circle of trust. He's out of the circle of trust. Round and round we go. He's out. Thank you, Steven. Make sure you turn on the bell, guys. Turn on the bell. We got 3 more minutes here. So one more league winner. I'm going to think about who this is. One more league. There's a ton of them, man. There's a ton of them. We talked about, again, just to recap, Tyler Warren, Travion Henderson. Stick with me. Help me out here. Tyler Warren, Travion Henderson, Bo Nix, Emeka. We got one more league winner. There's a lot. I'm just trying to pick a good one. Okay, let me ask you this. Do you want, let's drop it in the comments. Do you want an earlier round league winner or a later round league winner? Okay, let me know in the comments and I'll drop a league winner. Okay, later rounds or earlier rounds? Let me know. I want to make this interactive here. While we're doing that, I want to just plug my 16 rounds. It's awesome. And also, guys, I've teamed up with a website, mybookie.ag. Use promo code FFC. Go create an account, FFC, mybookie.ag. Great site. It's what I use, okay? Everyone wants a later round guy. Okay, so if you listen to my stuff, you're probably going to be familiar with them. I already gave you one. Cam Ward. Yeah, we're done. This show is done. I gave you Cam Ward. There you go. Why do I like Cam Ward? I talked about this. Work ethic, dude. Work ethic. And one of the main reasons why I kind of fade rookie quarterbacks. I like more stable guys, except for like Pat Mahomes. I saw something there. I got him in his second year. When was the year he took off? I had him as my backup the year Mahomes took off. I think it was his second year. Okay, anyways. Why do I like Cam Ward? His accuracy. That's one thing. He can thread the needle, man. And like his work ethic, getting up at 5 a.m., dude, like that's what I like. Okay. So I'm going to give you him. He was on my show. I'm just going to say it right now. And you guys are thinking, Thornton, which I like, but Elijah Arroyo, right? I think there's something there. I think that there's something special there. I don't believe Cooper Kupp's going to finish the season. And I'm telling you, man, what's Tattoo saying? Jaden is just a Band-Aid until Tank Dell gets, but yeah, he's going to have a couple of good games. Tony Horton from Seahawks, he has a good sleeper. We're not really talking sleepers, but I don't know about league winner for Horton. I think he's a good dart throw at the end. There's some upside there for sure. He's a good player. I think Elijah Arroyo there's something there. I don't know. Something's telling me. That's why I asked him to come on my show. I think there's something, especially when they got rid of Fant. Now they got that guy, what's his name? Barner, AJ Barnes or whatever it is. I don't care about that guy. I don't like that guy. I don't like that guy. All right. So, AJ Barner, is that his name? Barner? I don't, who's that guy? I don't care about him. Yes, I've got a lot of Warren Arroyo stacks. I'm just rolling with them. I'm just rolling like ride or die, man. Those are my guys. All right. I just DM'd you on Instagram about that card. Yeah, we got to figure. I got a bunch of cards I want to get rid of, like older cards. I'm kind of out of the card hobby now. I'm just like focused on like other things. So yeah, man. Brian's just a regular. I got to reward him for his amazing stuff here. Oh, we got a super chat. Oh yeah, before we go, if you guys want a super chat, drop a super chat below. I'll guarantee to answer your question here before I go. Appreciate this. Let's go. Luke Xander has a question. Oh man. Okay. All right, hold on. I gotta warm up. I need a sip of apple juice for this one. Hampton Henderson, Caleb Johnson, or RJ Harvey. Who do you drop? Great question. Here's the deal. It depends on how the draft goes. So what I'm feeling in that draft. If I go, I'm really just going Hampton Henderson round 2. I'm locking those guys in. The Harvey and Johnson thing. If I feel that I can get Allen in 4. I don't think sometimes he doesn't fall to 4. Sometimes he does in the leagues that I'm in. I will go Josh Allen in 4 and fade Harvey. Now, then I would look at Caleb as my 4th. Or, if I go RB round 1, sorry, as my 3rd in this case, right? So who would I drop? Hampton feels like a lock. Like talent-wise, I'm not concerned he's starting. Henderson's an absolute lock. No competition. So it has to be between Harvey and Johnson. Now, I've been hearing that Harvey, here's the breakdown. I've been hearing that, again, there's a lot of stuff this isn't easy, man, but I'm giving you stuff that I know. I've been hearing that Harvey's running up to the line and bouncing to the outside a lot and getting a little cute. But as he's doing that, he's actually beating the defenders on the outside. Good to know. Johnson, from what I'm hearing from reports, is looking a little sluggish. I'm hearing that they're saying that the pass protection is an issue, but he's also looking at Najee Harris 2.0. They're saying that it could change, but that's an issue. So based on that information, do I want a guy that dances on the outside but achieves the goal, or do I take a guy who's having pass protection issues and looks like Najee 2.0? If I had to drop one here, I'm dropping Caleb Johnson. But that being said, all of this can be restored. All of this can be restored in regular game time. This is just preseason. It's just training camp. When it hits full speed, Caleb Johnson could turn this up and just become a monster. And Harvey could be stuck in a committee with Dobbins. This is why these guys should be your RB3 or 4, at least RB4 is what we're looking at. That's why I got to go robust RB. And that's where the problem lies when people think that, like, I can wait on running back and not go top heavy and expect a Harvey to become your RB1 with a James Conner. Like, and James Conner falls off and Harvey ends up in a committee and now you're in a disaster. Does that make sense? All right, Scott, what's up, Scott? Love 16 rounds. I've got a question here. Super Chat's guaranteed an answer. I got to get going in a minute. So if you want to guarantee your answer, drop a question below or grab 16 rounds because all the answers are in the 16 round draft session at thefantasyfootballcounselor.com. Okay, let's go here. Love 60 rounds. Who is better rookie pick, Counselor, Genty or Hampton? I won't get both in my draft. Thanks, brother. Ooh, man, this is tough. You guys are asking impossible questions. And the problem is, once I answer this, everybody holds me to it. Like, that's the problem. You guys are going to hold me to it. And then you'd be like, I'm bouncing around, blah, blah, blah. Listen, I love both. I don't think you go wrong either way, Scott. Like, it's really, you got, like, this is where, like, gut feeling comes into it, because some people say don't listen. Your gut feeling plays a huge factor in fantasy football. I don't care what anybody says. Your gut feeling based on the research. Once you do, like, analysis. So I'm going to break this down and I'll answer the question. Okay. So you break it down. Hampton, Genty, not as good O-line, not as good offense, possibly less competition. Okay. Hampton, Greg Roman says they both said they're going to be in a committee, but I don't believe either one of these coaches. They're idiots. So offensive situation, I say Hampton, like, offense. Genty, probably more volume if you were to, but then if there's O-line issues, he's going to get stuffed all the time. We saw that. I understand that preseason games kind of like etched in everybody's mind. Take that preseason game out, it almost feels like a clear path to Genty, right? The Najee, like, if Najee's back full force, I would still lean Genty. The fact that Najee's hurt and there's uncertainty they may not come back, right? Like, this could be serious with the eye. Then if Najee's gone, Hampton for sure. I'm just like, that offense, like, so based on the way it sits today, based on the data that we have, based on that preseason garbage that happened with Genty and the -1, based on Najee being sidelined, everything is leaning right now towards Hampton. So if I were, and you're getting a 1-round discount. So round 1, I actually did something crazy. I went Kyren round 1 because he's safer than some of these wide receivers. Like Kyren or Puka, give me Kyren. Puka got hurt last year. Puka is contending with Adams. Are you nuts? And Stafford? I don't even know when he's coming back. They're not even telling us. They're being very vague. Steve McVay, what is his name? Sean McVay? McVeigh. He's vague. He's being very vague with his information. Okay? Let's go here. We got Burke with a question. So I'm going to go Hampton right now, the way that it sits. But make smart decisions, okay? Let's go here. I can't even use my mouse here. All right, 12 team. Again, drop your super chat questions. I got to get rolling here. Apple juice is really kicking in. All right, 12 team PPR question. Second overall pick. Should I keep Allen 4th or McLaurin 7th? I'd go Allen, man, 4th. That's easy. McLaurin still, obviously, I think last I heard he's dealing with contract issues. Like, I don't think he's even settled. I would 100% keep, I'm assuming you're talking Josh Allen. Like, you're not talking about another Allen, like Keenan Allen. No. Josh Allen, 4th, anchor your team with that ace quarterback. Second overall pick, then you got to look at like a Hampton or Genty, right? I like Hampton right now, the way it sits, okay? That's it. And I gave you those league winners. You got some bonuses in there too. That's crazy. We went 7 minutes over here. All right. Thank you guys. Subscribe, thumbs up, and go right now. Run, don't walk, run, grab 16 round drafts, which is at thefantasyfootballcounts.com right now. Honestly, everybody here needs to go right now and grab 16 rounds. Oh, by the way, use code WIN. Go and use code WIN. You're going to save 20% right now. I'm giving it to the people here on live. Grab 16 rounds, use code WIN. Hopefully I can see you guys in the Patreon group as well for the in-season, the starts and sits, patreon.com/FFcounselor, and subscribe. Turn on the bell. I think we should do more lives. All right. Thanks, Steven. Thanks, Amazon Pancakes. Amazon Pancake. What? All right. That's enough for me. The Amazon Pancakes was the straw on the camel's back to end this live. I don't know. Are Amazon Pancakes good? Do you get pancakes from Amazon? I don't know. I don't know where you came up with that name, dude. I have no idea. Patrick is going to get 16 rounds. All right. All right. We'll talk soon, guys. Appreciate it. Have yourself an outstanding night. #1 podcast. The only guy telling you the truth. Leave a thumbs up on your way. Hit the thumbs up on your way out and go grab